Hello everyone, hope you're having a good day. We just got a massive console mod drop in Baldur's Gate 3, but this one is different. We now have race mods on console thanks to ASE 243 and the ASE Goblins for console and PC mod. This is huge. We previously weren't able to get race mods on console, but this is a workaround that was created for console, and it feels like a race mod, but it's technically a disguise mod, and that's exactly how it works. So I previously covered this 10 days ago talking about this mod and how it actually works. So basically you get different appearance outfits that you can equip. They're slotted underneath your underwear there, and it changes your appearance and gives you different abilities depending on what type of goblin that you pick. This is a workaround that does work, which is super exciting, and it also comes with different companion goblins. So if you want to have like Minthara as a goblin, or Halsin, Astarion, Shadowheart, there is versions of each goblin for each character. Lots of fun with this mod. And another nice thing about this is ASE has also created some cambion devil mods and kobold mods, so we'll probably see these coming a little bit later on. This is huge. So excited for this. So yeah, I just want to start off with that there. We also got some really cool mods. Like you may have noticed that Act 3 looks a little bit darker here with this big red blood moon. The blood moon rises once again. If you've played any type of, I guess, Breath of the Wild, you'll know that one. But this is cool. This mod is made by CH, who has made a lot of other mods that change how the appearances are in the game. So like the night mode for Acts 1 and 3, which are on console. This adds a really cool red glow to the world. And what's cool about this is even when you load up the game, the main menu is also impacted by this. So yeah, this is a very interesting mod, and one that I think is worth playing through and using on your next run if you want something a little bit different. So again, this is the Darker Act 3 Blood Moon by CH. We also got some cool outfits. So the CL Copperleaves mods with the Pirate Queen gear, as well as the Spider Queen gear. So both sets here, they come with a bunch of different effects. If you use Copperleaves mods before, you'll know. So I have Shadowheart wearing the Pirate Queen floppy hat with feathers. So kind of mixing and matching here. So there's a couple different hats that you can go with for the Pirate Queen. And then there's also a bunch of these different outfits for the Spider Queen as well. So they give you additional poison damage on your attacks. And yeah, I'm not going to go in depth on every single one of these. Some of them require you to actually play as a Loathsworn drow. So something like the Spider Queen's Ornate Shield, you do have to do that. Perfect for a roleplay run, but this is what the Spider Queen outfit looks like on Shadowheart there. My character has the Pirate Queen corset there, and there's also an outfit version of this as well. I think this armor looks really nice, so it's worth checking out if you think that this is something that you may be interested in. So the CL Pirate Queen gear and CL Spider Queen gear. Also, this is super exciting. The Aberrant Mind Sorcerer. I know a lot of people have been asking for this, and it's now here. I was actually surprised that this build wasn't actually, or this class wasn't actually in Baldur's Gate 3 until, at launch, because this makes perfect sense for the story of Baldur's Gate 3 to be able to get basically a Mind Flayer-like version of the Sorcerer. So Havsglim's made a ton of incredible mods. I'll be posting a build of this later today. But you can just see at a glance the different abilities. It also has level 20 support, and you see a Lithid Hunger there. When you land a critical hit against a creature, that creature nearby must make a wisdom saving throw or become frightened. So kind of similar to the Great Old One Warlock. Yeah, this is perfect, especially for Baldur's Gate 3. So yeah, build incoming on this. Havsglim's mods are all incredible. We also got the Bardic Knight Armor here by Bean Sprout. So this gives a new outfit to the game. I think that this looks really nice too. And you can see just different variations of it depending on what you want for pants or skirts, I guess. And yeah, Bean Sprout puts out a lot of really great mods. So really nice to see another one here. And yeah, Bardic Knight Armor. We also got the Sword Dancers of Eilistraee here by ZX10RX, who's made a very legendary mod you probably have tried before with the Mind Weaver. This is their next class mod, the Sword Dancer to Eilistraee. I'll be posting a build of this one again in the future. I previously covered this in my best mods of the week because this literally came out June 3rd. Now I do have a playlist of my best mods of the week. I cover all the best mods that release each and every single week. And whenever they release, they typically have some that end up coming to console really quickly. And this is one that literally took less than a month to make its way over to console. Really exciting. Lots of cool effects, and perfect for a thematic run, especially if you wanted to use the Fowler Alluve weapon or Corlin's Wrath, as Corlin Laurentian's actually the Eilistrae's father. So great for a role play run, and just in general, a great mod overall. Highly recommend checking this out, and build incoming. We also got the Bloodrager Spell Pack by Von Smash, who's made the Bloodrager. If you played Pathfinder, you'll know the Bloodrager. It's basically a sorcerer barbarian or combination. Now, this adds a bunch of spells to the game that actually can be utilized by any class. And you can even see if you go to your, if you have a cleric while installing the mod, you can see that it adds a bunch of their spells to the cleric's preparation list here. So the Guardian Armor, Fear of the Sun, Draconic Reservoir there, Hard Light Weapon, and many more spells. Blessing of Fervor. So yeah, this adds a bunch of level 1 spells: Bloodbath, Blurred Movement, Barb Chains, Fear of the Sun, Fire Belly, Icicle Dagger, Guardian Armor, Voice of the Sky, Web Bolt, level 2, Eruptive Pustules, Hard Light Weapon, level 3, Displacement, Draconic Reservoir, Twilight Night, and Waves of Blood. Level 4, bunch of Blessings of Fervor, Cleric and Bard only, Fast Movement, Athletic Recovery, Extra Attack, Heightened Agility, Novice Meta Magic. Each boon is active for 1 round, and you can choose a new one at the start of each turn. So a lot of really cool new abilities here, and I guess I'll show off the Blessing of Fervor there. So with this new spell, you get, again, these different abilities that you can apply to your character. So depending on which one you selected, they get a new ability at the start of each turn. So extra attack obviously being really strong. But yeah, this is awesome, and it works great with the Bloodrager class mod. I highly recommend downloading that. I also have some builds on the Bloodrager. It's very well done, especially if you played Pathfinder. And if you haven't, also very fun to use. We also got Jerinski's Fem Heads. So this is by Jerinski. This adds some new head mods to the game, so I'll just quickly go through them here. So this is the Gith heads that got added. The half-orc heads. I know people have been asking for half-orc and Gith heads, so here we go, some more. These are for elf, half-elf, and drow. They all look great. And then Zeki here, elf, half-elf, and drow. So perfect for your next run. More head mods. I'm glad they're adding a lot of these every single week, so this is exciting to see. And more by Sedestarians here, and ported over by Eclipse from Nexus Mods to the in-game mod manager. Scars and Horror, Scarred and Maimed. Head presets. I love these. These are really cool. So I'll just quickly go through these here. They're faces that have some different scars on them. This is perfect. And you can kind of, if you watch a specific movie, you'll know where this one's coming from. I think that these are awesome, especially if you're looking for a new like Dark Urge playthrough, or even really just whatever type of playthrough. I love different mods like this that offer new styles of heads. They're not all just Barbie doll looking. So Scars and Horror. And also, we got another one here by Sedestarians, ported over by Eclipse with the Missing Gods, 16 head presets, the Unseen D&D Gods of Baldur's Gate 3. So there's Salune's head there, Lolth, the Umberlee, Talos, another Talos, Sylvanas, another Sylvanas, Eilistraee there, perfect for the other mod that we just got, Lathander, Leviatar, Ilmater, Corellon, Sune, Cyric, Mephistopheles, Zariel, Asmodeus, and there you go. Pretty cool. I'm a big fan of these. Awesome. So yeah, Eclipse board is over, Missing Gods heads, and the Scars and Horror heads. Now we also got this incredible mod, the Amazing Drider-Man. Drider-Man does what it, so it's basically just a recolor texturizing of the Drider. So yeah, will not improve the quality of your experience in any way. I disagree. This definitely improves the fun that Act 2 is. So yeah, this makes me look forward to my next Act 2 run. Perfect mod. Also, the Sucubus class extra feats by Eclipse. So if you enjoy their Sucubus class mod, you can now do it with extra feat, or extra feats. So this will give you those at every level 2, every 2 levels. So you get those level 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. Also, everybody moves fast. This is made by Ha Cheng JA. This makes it so everyone moves faster. There's also the mod literally called Move Faster, all one word, that recently came to console. This doesn't actually correct the Astarian moving slow. This is just, they actually provide a good explanation here about how it works and how the root template doesn't end up working, which means it shouldn't actually work on Lae'zel either, but it does. So they also released another version of this, the Move Faster, 200% or 125%. So yeah, if you want to have a different movement speed, there's 3 now of these mods. So just search up Everybody Moves Fast. You'll find this. I think this is great. I typically use these mods. I just use the Move Faster mod because I think it's nice, especially if you played through Baldur's Gate 3 like 10 plus times. Moving around quick is important. So yeah, everybody moves fast. Also, nature-themed Fairy Fire by Havsglim. This is actually one of the mods that they first ported over. Date live July 12th, 2024. So this is coming up on its year anniversary. This makes it so that the color of Fairy Fire is more nature-themed. It's green now. Fairy Fire being an awesome spell, and now thematic. So this is actually, I think, their very first mod they added to Mod.io. Nice to see it now over. And there, another little side note, Havsglim's also porting over a lot of their class mods, so not only just the Aberrant Mind Sorcerer, you also may have used their Oath of Conquest and the Houndmaster, which previously released, But yeah, lots of great stuff there from Havsglimt. Also, the stat camp shoes of advantages. So this will give you, similar to the other mods from Bellin from Nexus mods, this gives you shoes that will give you advantage on different things, like your advantage. Yeah, basically you just get advantage from these boots. So ability checks, saving throw boost, attack roll boost, remove advantages. So you can get advantage on basically any type of roll that you particularly want. I think this is nice for those that want something like cheaty, but not too cheat-y of a mod. Also, spell slots be gone. All spells are free by Con 6 Car. So this gives you the ability to just free cast basically nonstop. There's some people that probably would really enjoy this, so hey, it's out there. And one that's less overpowered is the Warlocks get an extra spell slot, patch 8. I love having spell slot. So yeah, Creeper Piggy here made this. Basically, it just gives you another spell slot for the Warlock. So less overpowered, but it's nice because 2 spells until you make it to level 11 kind of stinks. And this just gives you a much better ability to spellcast as a Warlock. And finally, hatch the Owlbear Egg by Ghost at the Window. This gives you a new little companion here, Peck, the little tiny owlbear. So this can go alongside Scratch and Bite, the owlbear cub. So yeah, I think that this is nice, but my absolute favorite is the ASE Races Goblin mod. Again, you do have to start a new playthrough to be able to get this to work properly, but you can have your whole team as goblins if you want, and it looks incredible. So yeah, ASE has put together a lot of fantastic mods. You can see here, so much work has gone into something like this, and I think it's incredible. So there's Firecast Goblins, different appearances for that. The Patiri sub-race. We have the Decanter sub-race. And then there's the appearances of those. The Grodd sub-race. And those are the appearances. And then the Nilbogs as well. And then there's versions of them for each of your companions. There's a lot included in this. So I recommend checking this out. Giving it a try too. Starting a new game, getting the item. It's literally at the very start of the game. So once you make it to the Nautiloid at around this section here, there's literally the item that you'd pick up, and you can see it here. So there's going to be a little chest there on the Nautiloid, and yeah, then you can become a goblin. So this is a really exciting mod drop. I also really like the Blood Moon, but race mods, and hopefully much more to come. Great time to be a Baldur's Gate 3 player, and I hope you have yourself a great day. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and we'll see you all in the next video.